Everywhere we go, we turn to riot. Got too much loud pack, we can't stay quiet. Yeah, never try young snow before, so let's try it. Yeah, in the room, look around like who the highest. Yeah, I would say it's me, but I be biased. Yeah, I'm around the world just like this virus. Yeah.
Next topic, man. You ready? Who is the most influential artist to you of the last 20 years, man? I have two from like the early 2000s and two from like the newer generation.
So this is what I'm gonna do. All right.
What
I
you
don't
gonna
have I don't really have a list, but
we might have the same two artists for the 2000s.
so I'm gonna track back to the early 2000s and work my way up to
and
this.
it could be
year.
the 90s. It doesn't have to be 2000s. But
Nah, 20 years, 2003. Definitely 50 Cent. Jay-Z. Ja Rule.
hell no.
When it comes to singing and melody, yes.
Hell no.
Ja Rule, Fat Joe.
Hell no. Maybe for the Hispanic rappers, sure.
Okay, we gotta get into Wayne. Like
Okay.
2006 to 2012. Wayne, Kanye, Kid Cudi,
Okay.
Chief Keef,
Okay.
Lil B,
Okay.
ASAP Rocky.
Okay.
Um,
I feel like Rocky don't deserve to be in that.
what? Okay, I'll explain. Because I just watched the ASAP Bari interview with Hakeem on Our Generation, and there's no way you can't have ASAP Rocky and ASAP Mob in there because they were the people that put on the all black. They put on 40 ounce drinking 40 ounce beers. They did the gold. They did a lot of
That's
things
true.
stylistically.
Stylistically, I could see that.
And
I
they
was thinking
brought
more
back
musically, I guess.
they brought back southern like swang.
More
or
3-6
drawl.
Mafia joint, like the 3-6 Mafia style.
Yep. So after ASAP, Odd
Chop
Future,
and Screw shit.
Odd Future's definitely influential. And like after that, it's really just Wayne, Chief Keef, Rocky, Kid Cudi. Those four are like the key ones. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I pretty much agree with all those. So then I'll just chime in to what I think you missed. You didn't say. Soulja Boy.
Yes.
Soulja Boy, hands down. You hear me good?
Is it talking?
Yo.
Yeah.
All right. Soulja Boy, hands down, bro. In terms of distributing your music, Soulja Boy gotta be in there. Because like he was the first rapper really. to
First
blow up from
MySpace
YouTube.
rapper, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like someone who did it all himself.
MySpace and YouTube,
He
you're
did
right.
it all himself, bro. From his room. Every rapper does that now. Literally from his room, like on a shitty mic, your dad's computer, and made a huge successful career out of nothing.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like so.
Nah,
Soulja,
he's definitely a component for sure.
absolutely, especially with like, hey, if you want to do like the dance trend, Soulja didn't start that, but you know. What I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he definitely was a part of that.
Definitely Young Thug.
But
Definitely
that's the
mention
thing with Thug, like he gets it from Wayne.
It doesn't matter though.
I think
Travis got it
matters.
from somebody else too, but you don't think Travis
But
is
that's-
influential at all?
Yeah, when it comes to that sound, it all comes from like the Kid
Yeah, but I
Cudis of the
know,
world.
but a lot of rappers after Thug that are inspired by Thug. It wasn't Wayne.
But Thug is inspired by Wayne.
That doesn't mean anything.
That doesn't mean anything.
No,
Come on,
because
Aaron.
those people that were inspired by Thug are not inspired by Wayne.
That's
Just
like
because
saying
Wayne-
that, like with Kobe, like people
they're
say,
inspired by Kobe.
but Kobe's inspired by Jordan.
What
Like you
does that
gotta pay
mean?
homage.
That don't mean anything. I'm sure Cardi
That doesn't
is inspired
mean
by,
anything.
Nah,
That's
really.
crazy. Okay.
Cardi could be inspired by so many rock stars and all these people. Do you think these people that are inspired by Cardi give two fucks about who Cardi was inspired by? Not at all. They inspired by Cardi.
But the truth is the truth. There would be, if there was no Wayne, there would be no Thug.
That doesn't mean anything though. At the end of the day, it doesn't mean anything, bro. I could be
Wayne
inspired
got his
by
whole swag.
Listen.
The-
Let me
go
tell
ahead.
you. I can be inspired by 1,000 YouTubers. the new generation that comes after me, they're inspired by me. It doesn't matter who I was inspired by. They're inspired by me. You know what I'm saying? Like if
Right.
there's other YouTubers that tell me straight up, yo, I look up to you, like you're influential to me, even I want to be a YouTuber. Who cares about who influenced me? They're inspired by me. That's how I look at it. Like not to sound cocky or anything.
The real ones though, they're gonna acknowledge. Like you would say, I couldn't have done this if it wasn't for Blackie Speaks and da 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 da.
It's like, okay, I feel what you're saying.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
like, let's say like there's a new rapper that's inspired by, I don't know,
Yeet.
fucking Yeet, or whoever was inspired by Lil B, right?
Like people say Uzi, like the newer gen,
yeah.
they say Uzi and
Okay,
Thug.
but who was Uzi inspired by?
Wayne.
But they don't say the new generation don't give a shit who Uzi was inspired by. They're inspired by Uzi. I get what you're saying.
We can agree to
but
disagree.
at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Because was Wayne inspired by anybody?
But yeah, he definitely
So
was.
do we mention the people that Wayne was inspired by? Who gives a fuck? We're inspired by Wayne.
I see
get
what you
you're saying.
mean.
I get what you're saying.
This is my thing. When it comes to what you just said,
Right.
what Wayne was inspired by, he was inspired from shit back in the early '90s. That's like from when he was popping to that time. It's like a 15-year gap. With Wayne's inspiration and Rocky and so forth. It's only the last like 5 to 10 years. So like to separate that even more so, like I don't know.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Paying homage, yeah, you could do that. That's fine. But I feel like it'll always be a never-ending, like, that person's inspired by this. Yeah, that everybody's inspired by something. Everybody. So
No, of
that's why I
course.
feel like it don't matter.
It'll be a never-ending thing.
Like, let's say all these new drill rappers, right? They were probably at one point inspired by Pop Smoke, right? Somebody who made it big with the drill scene. But he loved 50 Cent. He was inspired like crazy from 50. Who knows? They might not even give a fuck about 50. They just only cared about Pop Smoke. So I get what you're saying, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But also, hold on, go ahead. I have
And,
one more
and
person,
just in the
though.
last 20 years, I'm going to say the people that stuck out,
Yeah.
definitely 50, Chief Keef, Wayne,
Right.
Rocky, and Kanye. And Kid Cudi and Kanye are kind of like the same thing.
Or like, let's say like 5 years from now, all these rappers that were inspired by Yeet, do they really care who influenced?
But you
Yeet?
mention it all the time, like when we specifically talk about 808s and Heartbreaks.
Yeah.
Like you always say, don't forget that Kid Cudi went to Hawaii and blessed that whole album. So like, that's why I mentioned Kid Cudi and Kanye, because I know like, you know, you
Change the
can't
style.
mention Kanye without Cudi. Like, you know what I'm saying?
How you
That's
feel
why with
about-
Travis Scott, you can't mention Scott without Cudi
yeah.
and Kanye.
How you feel about Future? Is he influential at all? I think so. In terms of like making
Dropping
it big
music.
with the street. Oh, you could do that too.
I
The
think
work
with
ethic.
yeah, he definitely he was the first one to drop 2 projects in 2 weeks or a month, something like that.
You know what's crazy, bro? You know who we didn't mention? Drake.
No, but that's what I'm
Do
saying.
you think he's influential at all?
But that's the thing. I didn't mention Drake because
Yeah.
Drake gets it from Kanye, and
You
Kanye
don't
got
think
a.
Drake separated himself enough to the point where it's not even connected anymore? You know?
I don't see the cultural
Like the
impact
singing,
outside of
rap shit?
memes, outside of stuff like that. I
Yeah.
don't see the cultural impact that Drake, you know, like you can't compare his cultural impact to what Rocky did, to what Chief Keef did, to what
That's
even
crazy how
Thug.
Drake is always #1 and everything.
Drake's
but
a Taylor Swift of hip hop, but as far as like changing culture
don't
and
think
what we
he's-
see every
you
day,
don't think he's part of that?
he is. It's inevitable that he is. But
It's just-
his comparing his
Yeah.
impact to the ones I
Oh, yeah,
mentioned,
nah, I see
no
what
way.
you're saying. It didn't leave a staple.
And I didn't leave. I didn't mention Drake because without Kanye, there's no Drake. So you know,
Damn. Yeah, Cudi too.
it
'cause
just goes back to what we were talking
that was a
about
good
before.
topic, boy. That was a good topic.
Stop playing.
Yeah, fuck out of here.